That's one of the water tubes as they were originally before cutting, and now they are being cut so that we can pour cement inside of it to make the columns. Though that's one of the pipes that we found, water pipes that we found, and was used during the construction. That part is the head of the pipe, which not all of the pipes that we had that kind of head. So we managed to get hold of that part so that we could do the finishing of the columns. That detail was more or less beautiful, so we were using that to finish most of the columns. Those are the columns with those details. That's my son Pablo painting the base of the columns with some kind of oil to protect it from water. I don't think it helped. You see the detail of the heads. You can see that it has a different finishing, no? Like that detail was done with the parts shown earlier. Those are pieces of steel used to make the steel that goes inside of the columns. That's me showing off with the new columns, very happy. And that's the construction, it just goes on. You can see that there's each time more and more columns. That's the old house being demolished. As we were constructing, that house was being demolished. Any spare time was used to take it out. And yeah, those are the columns, the base of them. It's the old house being demolished. Yeah. One old house goes out, and that's the septic tank. Somebody working down there. So it's just basically making columns. That's the typical sound from here. The septic tank already closed. Pablo gave a lot of input and ideas during the construction. Now basically what we're doing there is making a 14 by 14 grid of columns which will support all the house. 14 times 14 meters. 14 times 14 meters, but actually between each column there's 3.5 meters. That's a little plan that I made to have a better idea of how the house was going to look like. I started one night and it took me like 2, 3, 4 hours to do it with just some basic stuff from the kitchen that was used to make barbecues, and it gave a pretty good idea. It was used to discuss about the construction. There they keep pouring cement to make the columns. They have rebar in the middle. Four rebars of 3/8 of an inch. That's my little son talking. So between each two columns there's 3.5 meters. So since there are 5 in each square side, it gives 14 meters. 4 times 3.5. So it's a 14 times 14 square meter house, at least.
Dessas duras para subir acima, para fazer andamios. Você tem alguma ideia de onde posso conseguir uma dessas tábuas ou comprar? Casa de material de construção tem, não.
Actually, it's more than 14 times 14 because the roof goes out 1 meter beyond the columns. So it will be like 16 times 16. That's me. I was pretty happy. And here you can see already we decided to make a second floor in that part of the house. Originally it wasn't the idea, but we decided to make a second floor, and that's where it's gonna be. So those beams will support the second floor. That's lunchtime.
Yeah.
I was remembering one of the
solamente
songs
para
of
poner el
my
dash.
my 20s. So those beams will support the second floor. That's the wife of the main worker there. That's my top worker. I realized during this phase that he was very good for working and for forms, all kind of forms. Like those forms used to make the beams and the columns. So that skill was used later for to make beams, even for the roof. I didn't use any wood in the roof, just concrete beams. That's just to recover some stones for the concrete. And there you can see the beams already without the wooden frames.